Funky Fitness Now, episode 15, Weird Fitness Records.
You know what? This guy also, he holds the record for the most current records held by the same individual.
He holds the record for holding records.
Yes.
Infinity.
Welcome to Funky Fitness Now, where every week we take a look at some of the creative, unusual, and crazy things people do to get fit. We have a lot of fun, and occasionally we even learn something. So fasten your weight belt. It's time for Funky Fitness Now. Here are your hosts, Steve Stearns and Jessica Bailey.
Hi, this is Steve Stearns from Funky Fitness Now, and welcome to episode number 15. And tonight we're talking all about amazing fitness records. These aren't the records that you put on your record player. These are, you know, the guy that lifted the heaviest something or other, that kind of record. You know what I'm talking about? And speaking of amazing, weird fitness records, Jessica Bailey.
Hi. I would just like to say that I have done very many weird, amazing things, but never have I broken a record.
Yeah, I know. Me either. I've thought about it, though. Have you ever thought about, like, what kind of record could you break?
Yes. I wonder what kind of record I could break all the time. Maybe it's like ways to be annoying. I think I could do it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You never know. I have no idea what the record is for that. But
I don't even know what you would do to prove that you're annoying.
yeah, you'd have to get a whole committee probably together.
Probably.
It's kind of subjective. I always wanted to be the first guy to rollerblade down the Mount Washington Auto Road, but and it was always kind of a funny little joke, and I'm like, I think that would be kind of amazing. I couldn't do it, just straight top to bottom. You'd be going like 100 miles an hour, but
Would you?
Yeah, I think you'd be just cruising. But then one time I looked online and I saw these guys that do that down the auto road on skateboards. It's like, they've already beat me to it.
Really? You know what? The new thing that I heard that men do, middle-aged men, they are not buying like convertibles. They are skateboarding.
Wow.
Skateboarding. I know. So maybe they're onto something. I'm
not buying a convertible or skateboarding. So
okay.
I think I'm past that.
Well, I think you should still work on your rollerblade vision because I think it's pretty awesome.
It's a good vision. I think so. It's my only shot at a potential record right there. That's it.
And you could get fame and money. It would be amazing.
Yeah, that's right. Even more fame than already enjoying from Funky Fitness Now.
Of course. That would be because you're so famous.
Yeah, incredible. All right, so let's dive into this because I think we found some pretty weird stuff.
Yes, we did. So the first one that I found that I thought was so weird is the longest time standing on a Swiss ball.
Really?
You know those round big balls that you see at the gym?
Yes.
Yeah. Someone stood on top of it. Like I have problems doing abdominal crunches on it, getting myself centered. I can't imagine even standing on it.
So is this one of those? This is one of those ones that is pretty cushy, right?
Yeah, it's the one that's they have got really big ones for people that are very tall, very large, and then they've got the smaller ones for people that are on the shorter side.
And this is not one of those, because they have the ones that's kind of like a half ball. It's not one of those. This is the full ball that this person is in. How long did they stand on it?
5 hours and 7 minutes.
Wow.
Oh, also 5 hours, 7 minutes, 6 seconds. Don't forget the 6 seconds.
Yeah, well, it's important because all you need is one more second to beat the record.
Right. I know it's true. What was the last time you did anything for 5 hours?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. It's I'm not sure I could stand up for 5 hours.
Crazy, right? I mean, you were probably sleeping.
Probably.
Yeah.
One, I wonder how you train for that. And then two, you must have to just stay pretty still. Once you find whatever your balance is, you're just going to stay still?
I guess so. I mean, I would imagine it's a lot of core work to train for it. You're doing a lot of standing abdominal work. I doubt that a lot of it is not on the floor.
Crazy.
You're doing plank and stuff like that.
So how long do you think you could stand up on one?
I don't even know if I could get up on it. That's crazy. I mean, I wonder what possessed this guy. His name is Ashrita Furman.
Oof.
I think it's Ashrita. Ashrita.
Where's he from? Do you know?
No, I just know his name.
See, that could be the answer, because he could be from some small country with horrible weather where the only thing that they can do is stand on Swiss balls.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's a flooded area.
Maybe it is a flooded area. You know what? This guy also, he holds the record for the most current records held by the same individual.
He holds the record for holding records.
Yes.
Infinity.
Yes. So he wins.
Oh, man. He must hang around just flipping through the Guinness Book of World Records looking for something to do.
I guess.
Maybe that's a hobby for some people.
No, it probably is. I mean, the Guinness Book of World Records has been around for a long time.
It has.
There's got to be people that are interested in it.
That's interesting. I've never even thought about who holds the most records. What's the record for holding the most record? I mean,
yeah,
my brain hurts.
I know, right? It's like a little tongue twister. I have no idea. I have no idea how many he holds. I bet you he holds a lot. Because the information that I found said Furman holds multiple records.
Furman.
I have no idea what that means. Okay.
Well, if you're not into doing something for 5 hours, what about 1 minute and 5.71 seconds? Does that sound better?
Perfect.
Yes.
Wait, are you talking about doing a plank or something?
Almost. This is the longest duration maintaining the human flag. Do you know what the human flag is?
Oh, my God. That's like on a pole, right? So
yes.
You stick your legs out? Yes. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Incredible. I mean, it sounds like a pretty short period of time, but for most of us, I don't think I could achieve a millisecond. I just slide down the pole and, you know, lay down.
Yeah, I don't think I would be able to get up.
No.
These are records that I'm like, I don't think I could even attempt this.
No, this is amazing.
How long is the record again?
It's 1 minute and 5.71 seconds. And,
wow.
And they say that, I mean, there are people who train to do this, for years, who finally have the ability to do it for a second or two, Wow. And this guy, 1 minute and 5.71 seconds. His name is Wang Zhonghuya. That's exactly how you pronounce that.
I wonder what possesses a person. They're like, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to climb up this pole. I mean, it's a credible amount of core work. That move it has to be too.
Yeah. Big time core work, big time arm stuff, just to have the strength to suspend your body like that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's impressive.
It is. And, if you're looking for one that's a little shorter than 5 hours, if you don't have the kind of time, for the 5 hour thing, maybe the human flag is the way to go.
So do you think that you have pretty strong teeth?
No.
I know, it sucks. I mean, some people have really strong teeth. This world record holder, he's a multiple record holder, okay? So we got to remember, he's like a champion. His name is Steve Schmidt. He attempted to break the Guinness World Record for 24 repetitions at 100 kilograms.
So it's 100 kilograms.
Yeah, that's 220 and a half pounds. With his teeth.
How do you do it with your teeth? Do they must have some sort of a mouth thing that attaches to chains or something? How does that work?
I think you bite down on a piece of leather that's connected to a metal rod, and the metal rod is attached to the weight. I think. I don't know. I don't do it, but this is what it looks like in the picture.
Wow.
Yeah, and so he lost that title in 2012 or 2013, and 2 years later, he regained the title of most lifts using your teeth in 1 minute. He did 60 reps. 60. Wow. Lifting with his
incredible.
Teeth. Yeah.
Because it's got to be like your neck muscles or something also, because obviously your teeth don't move, right? So he's clamping down with his teeth. So he's still got to hold the weight with his teeth, no question, but he's got to be lifting with something else, right? Is he lifting with his neck?
I would say his neck and also his core. Whew. I mean, your abs and your back, right? Always, like the pictures that I've seen, they're all bent. So they're they're lifting from their legs, not their back.
Yeah. So
probably a lot of leg strength.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, right. So they're going right straight up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
60 times.
The other thing that's crazy about some of these things is hopefully it's not like a spectator sport, because that would be really boring, don't you think?
Can you imagine? It's terrible. I would never want to watch that because it would stress me out. Like his teeth are going to fall out.
So it seems like all of these things have some sort of time component. You had the first guy was 5 hours and something. The human flag was a minute something. The teeth, 60 reps in a minute. This one, the time on this one is really long. In fact, it would be difficult for many of us to even attempt this at this point in our lives because we might not live long enough to do it. But this is the slowest marathon ever.
Oh.
And this is a really interesting story. So this guy, there's a guy named, I'm going to butcher this name, but I think it's like Shizo Kanakori, maybe? I think that's perfect. I think it's exactly how you say it.
Sure.
So he was running a marathon in 1912 in the Summer Olympics in Stockholm. And during the marathon, he became overwhelmed by the heat. So he was running past a garden party and spotted some orange juice. So he left the race course and went over there and revived himself by drinking some orange juice at this garden party. But then he was very embarrassed about what he had done, that he left the race, so he just took a bus back to his hotel and left. And he was listed as a missing person in Sweden for 50 years. They had no idea what happened to him.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Isn't that crazy? He started the marathon, he never came across the finish line, and so they listed him as missing. But this is when it gets even crazier. Years later, like a long time later, a reporter tracked him down. They heard about the story, and this guy just started digging into it and tracked him down, and he was still alive. And they found him, and they heard about his entire story. So in 1966, he was invited to go back to Stockholm and finish the race, which he did. So his final time for the marathon was 54 years, 8 months, 6 days, 8 hours, 32 minutes, 20.3 seconds.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Isn't that great? So that's the slowest marathon ever run, 54 years.
Can you imagine if they invite you back, like finish what you started, and you're like,
I think that's great.
No, yeah, I think it's amazing too. But wonder if like you don't run anymore. You can't.
I'm sure his pace in 1966 had to be much slower than it was back in 1912.
I would think so. You're a little older then.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Just a little bit older. But I just think that it was a very cool story, that and the fact that they listed him as missing for 50 years. Crazy.
That's amazing. And he just left. He's like, yeah, no, I'm just
taking a train back to the hotel. I'm out, man. I'm done.
Dude, that sounds like something that I would do. Be like, yeah, I'm embarrassed that I
This marathon's
cheated.
hard. The garden party's way more fun.
It's amazing.
Those are some pretty interesting records. And I bet if you took the time to flip through the Guinness Book of World Records, you'd find some even stranger ones.
Yeah. Oh,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And we have a record that we're working on. We're trying to break a new record for Funky Fitness Now, and that's 17 iTunes reviews before the end of July.
17. We have 3.
Yes.
3. That means we only need 14 more. Maybe you can help us.
Yeah, that's not bad. 14 more. That's easy. You know what?
Right.
You know what I did this week too? I put in our newsletter, I put a really simple 4-step process on how to leave a review.
Thank you for doing that.
I did it with the graphics and all that. It's wicked easy. So if you want to leave a review and you're not quite sure how, sign up for the newsletter and I'll send it to you. Easy.
Awesome. Do it.
Cool.
It's amazing. I would love if you actually wrote us a review. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And everything else that we talked about tonight, all these world records, we've got, I think I've got, no, I don't have any videos, but I've got some pictures anyway. You probably have some
I've got pictures too. I don't have video.
Yeah. But we have links to all of the records that we talked about over at funkyfitnessnow.com/15. So you can go there and check those out. And what are we talking about next week? I hit you with this every week and you go, it's funky.
Yeah.
Is it the sweat thing?
No, it's about, next week, it's very, very sweaty.
Yeah.
We're going to debate for sweatsuit, those plastic like jumpsuits that people wear at the gym. We're talking about the sweatsuit versus the bandana.
Ooh.
And we're going to talk about that.
All right. So one person's wearing a sweatsuit, the other person just a bandana.
Okay. Sure.
Sure, whatever.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, it's not a video podcast, so I think it's okay.
Right.
All right. Well, that sounds good. I will see you then.
Okay, sounds great.
Thanks for listening to the show. If you haven't already, make sure you visit funkyfitnessnow.com for more of the weird, wild, and kooky things people do to stay fit. While you're there, be sure to sign up for our weekly newsletter so you never miss an episode. See you next week.